Good afternoon. I'm Billy Hooker. I'm the Associate Superintendent for Dade County Schools. I'm filling in for Dr. Jan Harris. She's out of town today, and so here I am. I want to welcome you to the show, Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic, that we do every week, letting you be a part of what we do in our school systems and learning more about our school systems. We're excited about what's happening in our school system. We were to have two guests today, so we're going to do a shout out to Debbie Brackett, who is our Special Programs Coordinator. She is sick at home, and so Debbie, we hope you're feeling better already and that you'll be back with us as soon as possible. But we do have today Dr. Cleta Long, and Dr. Long is relatively new to our system, but she is our Director of School Nutrition, and as a matter of fact, she comes with a long resume to our system. We're really fortunate to have her. She is actually the Georgia School Nutrition Director of the Year, and she was also a finalist, is that right? Or what? No, you actually were the Southeastern School Nutrition Director of the Year. For the region, which consists of how many states?
About 9 states.
9 states. So we're very fortunate to have her, and I'm so thankful that she was gracious enough to be with us today. She manages, along with our cafeteria managers and their staff, she manages the entire school nutrition program. And a lot of people think that's just a program that is a part of the school day. And while it is, it's really a part of the complete education program for our students. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Dr. Long, we know how that a student who's well-nourished, that they're better able to learn. And we do know that your program is a vital part of kids being ready to learn when they get into the classroom. So I know that the staff goes in every day. I've seen them. I watch them. I know that they work hard. They're one of the first employees that's there. They get things going. They're one of the they continue to work hard until every dish is washed and every utensil is washed and everything is put up. And so I know a lot goes into that, and we're so appreciative for what they do. But, you know, the meals that go on the plates, a lot of people don't know why we get what we get on those plates.
That's right.
And so if you could share with us what actually makes up a meal for a student. And I know we serve both breakfast and we serve lunch. So if you could tell me kind of what makes up the the different components of a meal.
Well, the lunch components are really set up by USDA. It's called the meal pattern, and basically what we're looking at is what goes into that meal. And I know moms do this at home, or moms and dads, whoever cooks at home, also think about, well, what am I going to fix for supper or lunch or whatever, and what should I put on it? And so that's kind of what we do. We have a pattern that consists of a protein, a grain, a vegetable, a fruit, and we call it dairy because we want students to drink milk. And so each of those have different portions, and it has to do per age group. We used to try to do one size fits all. Now we say, up to a certain age, they need this size of a portion so that they'll eat it. And then as they get older, the sizes of the portions get larger, and also the calorie count gets larger. So we call this one terrific tray, and I'm going to move it over here so you can kind of see it. But But as you can see, this large portion down here is actually the vegetables and the fruits. They make up half of the tray. And of course, that's what we're trying to get people to do now, to have healthier lifestyles and healthier meals, is to have half of the tray at least made up of vegetables and fruits. And then we have almost equal portions for grains, proteins, and dairy, so that we make sure that students get all that they're supposed to. This gives us about 1/3 of the required daily dietary requirements when we do this and get all of these. Usually we have a protein that is somewhere between 1 ounce to 2 ounces. We do, the dairy has an 8-ounce carton of milk, and that's kind of a standard. We have at least 1 to 2 ounces of grains. That would it be cornbread, or it might be a bun that go on a sandwich. Our fruits are usually a half a cup, and our vegetables are a half a cup. At breakfast, we have a little bit different meal pattern, and that includes a grain, it includes a fruit, and it includes dairy. And then we can also add to that a protein, and that would be in the form of like an egg or some kind of a breakfast meat. And sometimes we have combinations, like pizza for breakfast, where you're getting a grain with a crust, you're getting cheese for a protein, you're getting some vegetable with a tomato sauce usually in it, and then we add to that a fruit. And so those regulations are requiring us to serve more fruits and vegetables, but which of us as parents didn't struggle trying to get our kids really, to eat more vegetables at home? Those were always the ones that were kind of challenging, and we're trying to make sure that students know how important those vegetables and fruits are. Fruits are pretty easy to get kids to eat, but vegetables are a little bit more of a struggle. So we really work on that meal pattern. You may have heard that we're really moving into whole grains, so that we make sure that we're getting the good grains and the more nutrients that are in them, and they're more nutrient dense. We're also cutting back on sodium for our meals, and we're trying to add more variety to our meals in general.
Well, so the bottom line is, it is by the servings that you put on the tray of each of the areas, each different type of food, it's a balanced meal.
It is a balanced meal.
And that's the whole purpose, is to serve that nutritious meal for our kids. Well, not only should they learn from this, we as adults should learn from that as well, as to what we should be eating every day. And so I think it's good that we take this mindset into our classrooms, and we're teaching them life skills, actually. Tell me really how this fits into that education process for the child.
Well, Mr. Hooker, as you know, I started my career as a classroom teacher. So there isn't a day that goes by that I don't relate what we do in nutrition to education. The cafeteria really can be looked at as a learning laboratory. We're not only learning the meal pattern that we just talked about, but we're also learning to make choices. And we're also learning how to select different foods, what goes into that meal, but we're also looking at what's good for us. As they get their meals and they sit down to have lunch, then the other part of what they do is they learn some socialization. As much as we do formal teaching, the cafeteria is more of an informal teaching. As they make their selections, get their trays, become self-sufficient, they also learn responsibility. So while they're eating, they are eating their food, they're socializing and learning from other students, and then when lunch is over, they pick up their tray and take it and put it up in the dish window, or put it in the trash, whatever the process is in the school. And so they learn that responsibility. And I know most moms and dads are this way. you ask your child to pick up their tray and take it to the sink or to the dishwasher, and so we're teaching them that too at school.
Yeah.
So it's a learning process.
Well, thank you so much. Well, we're going to take a break for just a few minutes, and then we'll be back with Dr. Cleta Long.
Dobbins Supermarket, serving the community for over 70 years with fresh-cut meats and a full line of grocery items. Dobbins Supermarket, Highway 71 in Higdon.
This week, find fresh boneless pork tenderloin, $1.99 a pound. Boneless chicken tenders, only $2.39 a pound. Bar Espolona, $1.19 a pound. And Hickory Hollow Bacon, a 10-pound box, only $19.99. And don't forget the Little Debbie's, 4 for just $5. This week, enjoy the savings at Dobbins Supermarket.
WFLI presents a Tennessee Valley Christmas with Grammy-nominated Back Home.
But I know the angels sing.
Robbie Hopkins.
Lord have mercy, she's countryer than me.
And other special guests. Mark your calendars for Tuesday, December 12th at 7 p.m. at the Colonnade in Ringgold. WFLI presents a Tennessee Valley Christmas. It's a special night to benefit the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. A Tennessee Valley Christmas with Grammy-nominated Back Home.
Yeah, God has shown that they love me in Birmingham.
Robbie Hopkins.
You think he loves you, but he doesn't love you.
And other special guests. Keep listening to 1070 WFLI for your chance to win tickets. A Tennessee Valley Christmas, Tuesday night, December 12th, 7 p.m. at the Colonnade in Ringgold. A special night to benefit the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. Presented by 1070 WFLI.
Mark your calendars for Saturday, December 9th for the second annual Small Business Expo. The Greater Dade Business Owners Association and the Dade County Chamber of Commerce welcome more than 70 exhibitors to Dade County High School for this year's event. Shop local vendors for great Christmas buys, stocking stuffers to home furnishings. You'll find it all. Saturday, December 9th, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. at Dade County High School, Highway 136 East in Trenton. It's the second annual Small Business Expo. We'll see you there.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Get focused. Get hired.
Well, and we're back with reading, writing, and arithmetic today, and we're with Dr. Cleta Long. And Dr. Long is one of those who has a true passion for her job. And she's going to talk a little bit specifically about, we've already talked about what goes on a serving tray for both breakfast and for lunch. And she's going to talk a little bit about the food products. And I think there are some pictures that are available that she would like to share with you about what actually goes on the tray.
So the menu, we are really working a lot to make sure that school meals improve learning and engagement. The school lunch program is the premise for making sure that a child is ready to learn every day. We know that breakfast is breaking the fast, meaning that we haven't eaten all night long, and so breakfast makes us start the day in a great way. And so when we have great foods that look good, that we have that food that we're eating, it makes us, it fuels our body. It's just like gas in a car. It won't go unless you give it good fuel. And so the same is with our school lunches. And we've shown a few pictures of some of our Georgia-grown items that we've been serving this year. We've had peaches from a local farm. Right now, yesterday and possibly today, we have had satsumas, which is a small mandarin type orange, and it's grown in South Georgia. And it's a limited quantity and it's a limited time, but we've had those on the menu yesterday and today. Hopefully we'll have a few more next week. But we want our students to learn that not only are selecting food is important, but we want them to know where it comes from. So you may have heard a lot about the Farm to School program. You may have heard a lot about school gardens, and you may be asking yourself, well, what's this got to do with learning? Well, backing up as that classroom teacher, a school garden provides a lot of learning opportunities. You can learn science, not just by, the parts of a plant and all of that, but you can also learn how light and water have an effect on a plant. You can also learn math, because if you're laying out a garden, then one of the things that we do is we lay it off in a grid and we measure how far it is from this plant to this next plant to see, to make sure they have room to grow, and then we can chart it. So we also have journaling, graphing, all kinds of writing that we can do about it. We can tell stories about how we planted a seed and how it grew and what kind of product it comes out of it. And then we can bring those back to the cafeteria, and then students learn that if I grow this lettuce, it comes back and we have it in our salads at lunch. Or somewhere around here, we've had someone who has been growing peaches, and this is how that grows, and we get it back on our table. So it's that whole process of farm to table to school, and that we learn about where our food comes from, and we take some responsibility about good food for students. So it's learning, it's eating well, it's establishing that educational process of learning about food and how it affects our bodies and how it fuels our minds, so that we can do our work at school, which is learning for students. That their work at school is learning, and we want to make sure that they have every possible advantage to make sure that they can do it and live up to their capacities.
Well, I know we do have the Farm to School initiatives
Yes.
that are going on at each of our schools, actually, and they may be working with counselors, they may be working with different employees in order to get that set up.
Teachers, right.
And I do know that a lot of the foods go into our cafeterias, so from across the state.
Right.
And so I'm so appreciative that we are, one, teaching that to our children, but that we're utilizing that.
Absolutely.
And that carries it into our community as a whole, I think.
Right,
So.
right. And so with that, I'd just like to say, we have some very dedicated staff members. We have great managers at each one of our schools, and they lead a great team that prepares food every day. And they're not just preparing food because that's their job. They prepare food because they love your children. They love the children in this community, and they want to make sure that they are providing food for those children with the love and care that they would do that for their own children. And that says a lot about them. They work very hard. They're very dedicated, and they want to make sure that the students in our community get the very best they can so that they are equipped to learn. So a big shout out to the staff at each of the schools and each of the managers for leading such great dedicated workers and teams there.
And I want to reiterate that as the associate superintendent, because I've been in those kitchens, I have seen them work, and all of those managers are dedicated to preparing those menus, and then to prepare the food, to serve the food, to clean after the kids and staff, and they just do an excellent job. And I could ask for no better group to serve our kids than the school nutrition.
I am so proud of them and the great job they do each and every day.
Employees. I know that recently we just had a major Thanksgiving initiative, and that's a big thing in this community. Every year since I've been here, there's always a big Thanksgiving and served at each of the schools. And I'm talking about the full Thanksgiving course,
Right.
where we're talking about turkey and ham and dressing and sweet potato yams and mashed potatoes and peas and green beans. I'm talking about the whole works, even down to desserts. And many of our parents and many of our grandparents come. Right. The food is not only delicious and really pretty in its presentation, but locals, so-called celebrities, elected officials, whomever come and help serve on that particular day, because it takes everybody working to be able to serve that many people. I think I heard that there was over 2,700 meals that were actually served this past year. That is amazing at the participation for that particular initiative. Can you talk a little bit to that?
Yes, we are so proud that the community wants to come and be a part of our Thanksgiving celebration. And it is great to have our community to come in, not only to serve, but to eat lunch with our students and with their children. It really goes to the credit of what great food that they are preparing, and then also the welcoming atmosphere that each of the schools have. And so I know at each one of the schools we had numerous guests that came that day, but 2,700 meals is a lot of meals. And so you're talking about a lot of food that comes through. We probably served probably close to 300-400 pounds of turkey, and no telling how many gallons of gravy and sweet potatoes and all kinds of fruit and things that we serve that day. And I really have to say a big thanks not only to our staff for preparing such a great meal and working so tirelessly to get all of that done, but also the community members. It would be difficult to serve all of those folks if we didn't have people who came from the community to help us do that serving. And it's a festive occasion, and it's great. I saw people, visiting with each other and really getting some time to visit and wish each other, happy holidays. So it was a great opportunity to have the community come in the schools, and we appreciate the opportunity to do that.
Yeah. Well, I have served, I think, at every one of the schools. I think I've eaten at every one of the schools. Not on the same day, but the food is always great. And so we so appreciate that, and we appreciate the community helping us out there.
Right.
Okay, we need to take a break, and then we'll be right back to finish up with reading, writing, and arithmetic today.
Real people, steel people. Professionals demand dependability on the job. Homeowners expect long-lasting value. And servicing steel dealers provide friendly, knowledgeable support. Right now, steel blowers start at just $139.95. And steel chainsaws start at just $179.95. Get yours now, only at your local steel dealer. Visit steeldealers.com or search STIHL.
When it comes to Christmas shopping, all roads lead to Eider at the Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District. Right now, get 10% off all Pelican coolers and tumblers, 10% off all Traeger pellet grills and accessories, and 10% off all seasonings and sauces. At the Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District, get 90 days same as cash, financing available, plus free 60-day layaway for Christmas with just 10% down. And remember, we service what we sell. Take the Hammondville exit off I-59 right to 21620 Highway 117 in Eider for the Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District.
The Dade County school system continues to put the safety of students first. That's why the Love the Bus Elementary campaign rolls on. Love the Bus is designed to teach students the importance of safety, respect, and proper bus etiquette. As we continue to enhance efforts of safety for our students, we'd like to have you as part of our team. If you're considering a career as a bus driver, call the Dade County Schools Transportation Department at 706-657-7053 today. Part-time hours with full-time benefits as a bus driver for the Dade County school system.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net.
The great specials continue this week at BBS Salvage Grocery in the Grove Shopping Center. Find Best Choice Hot Cocoa, $1. Brand name DVDs, only $3. Hershey's Chocolate Milk Booster, just $1. Campbell's Tomato Soup, 10-ounce cans, 2 for $1. All fall and Christmas decor, 50% off. It's all this week at BBS Salvage Grocery, open Monday through Saturday in the Grove Shopping Center, Trenton.
Well, welcome back. I want to thank Dr. Cleta Long for being with us today. She shared lots of information about our school nutrition program and how it relates to student learning, and that's what we're all about with Dade County Schools. So thank you, Dr. Long, for sharing your knowledge.
Just a reminder, parents can find our menus on our website, so make sure they can do that.
We'll talk a little bit about things that upcoming events in just a minute. One of the things I want to mention today is our PACE lab, and I know that's been discussed on this program before, I think. It's the Practical Assessment Exploration System Lab for our students at the high school and for our middle school students. And what that is, that's really a comprehensive curriculum for our special needs students. It's for exploration for them, it's for training, it even provides assessment for them. But in doing so, it's really preparing them for vocational skills and for work situations, the work arena, once they leave our system. And you'll see lots of different modules there. And what I really want to say is that once you know about how that works, what's going to happen with that program within this and the next year is that we'll be looking for business partners to actually allow our students to come and do mini interns or where they can actually learn the work that's going on in the businesses and maybe potentially be an employee for those businesses. So if you as a business entity would like to volunteer for our students to come and learn in your work environment, we certainly would be appreciative and would love to partner with you. One of the things that Ms. Brackett, who couldn't be here, wanted me to mention was about our pre-K classroom. Right from the start has offered to open a new pre-K class at Dade Elementary School, and it will start in January. This will be our 5th pre-K classroom at Dade Elementary School. We still have spaces for students in this classroom. And if you know of anyone who has a child or children who were 4 years old by September the 1st of 2017, and they're interested in their child attending pre-K, then they should call the Dade Elementary School, or they should call the central office for that. Just a few of the upcoming events I want to mention, and let's see. December the 9th is the Dade Small Business Christmas Expo at the high school. It's from 9 to 4. Over 1,000 shoppers are expected to attend this year, and of course the Christmas parade is at 6 o'clock. December the 11th and 12th, we have the high school choral and band. The choral is on the 11th, their concert. The band concert is on the 12th. And then on the 18th is the regular board meeting, and it will be held at the high school. And of course the last day for students will be December the 20th. I just want to say thank you for tuning in, for being with us. I thank you for everything that you do and in our community for our schools, because we couldn't do it without your support. We so appreciate what all you do for the kids in this community. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. And I want you to all remember that this truly is a season of love and of joy and of giving. And those are traits that I would hope we all have and we all teach and that we share every day in each other's lives. So with that, again, thank you for tuning in to Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic.